deliberate and intentional. Speaking in a video message, Zelensky said the attack was not a mistake and that Russia knew civilians were inside the facility. He urged the international community to act, saying Russia must be forced to stop the killing and make peace. The strike comes amid continued fighting across the eastern Ukraine. Zelensky's statement was posted on social media early on Tuesday. No immediate casualty numbers were released. Kyiv says evidence is being gathered to support war crimes investigations against Russian forces. Well, once again, joining us, Peter, thank you for staying to discuss this next topic. We spoke about this potential Russian strike on a prison and our previous guest earlier today, Glenn Grant, talking about the issue with this, because prisoners can't move, prisoners can't leave, prisoners can't head into a bunker. Zelensky now saying that this is deliberate and intentional. What impact could this have in the work towards peace? How little effort may be going in from both sides at the moment when we look at the recent talks in Istanbul?
Yeah, this is interesting again, Joshua, and there's a parallel here, isn't there, when Israel bombed the Evin prisons in Tehran. Now, clearly, Putin feels emboldened to continue his war of aggression against Ukraine because the world's attention is absolutely focused, virtually 100% on the Gaza issue. It's clear that the efforts by the Trump administration to bring the war to an end, first of all by almost supporting Putin's efforts and being very negative on Zelensky, he's done a complete volte-face about that. And both sides have inflicted severe infrastructure damage and casualties on the other. At this moment, there seems no end in sight to the conflict, which Trump was basing a major part of his foreign office policy on in ending within weeks of his coming to power. Clearly that hasn't happened. Ukraine is now feel emboldened too by the support it's getting from Trump and the Europeans, and Putin, this megalomaniac, sees no sign of discontinuing his war of aggression and land grabs on Ukraine. I can see no way out of this, Joshua. We've looked and we've spoken to people, we've spoken to diplomats, and both sides seem to be digging in their heels and gaining comfort, Putin gaining comfort from the fact that the world's attention is not focused on the Russia-Ukraine issue, and Zelensky gaining comfort from the fact that President Trump is now supporting him. There seems to be no end in sight, and the civilians on both sides are continuing to suffer.
Peter, we have a minute or so left, but I do want to quickly touch on Kyiv saying that they're gathering evidence for a potential case over Russian war crimes. What's the significance of this move as well?
I don't think it has any significance. This may give Ukraine and Zelensky a bit more political backing, but really, at the end of the day, nothing's going to happen. Putin is not going to face any court. Neither is Zelensky for any crimes that potentially the Ukrainians have committed. And I think this is probably just virtue signalling and a way to gain, let's say, or maintain the political backing that Ukraine have currently with her European allies. But in effect, I don't think it's going to have any practical impact at all.
Peter, thank you once again for joining us on
My pleasure,
that
sir.
topic.